Howdy guys, hope y'all are doing well. I apologize for not making a video in a long time, but I've just had a lot going on, and sadly I haven't been delving as deeply into the Word as I wish I had lately. But today I just decided I wanted to make this video on something that I have a bunch of problems with, and it's one of the things that I see a lot of Christians actually kind of struggling with. And if you've read the title, you're probably wondering, what in the world is this guy talking about? You're probably thinking blasphemy or something right from the title. But hear me out, okay? The reason I put the title about, are we making God into an idol? What I mean by that is, do we treat God as people who used to worship idols did? Okay? When people used to worship idols, they would go to it, they would, pray to it, ask it for material wealth. It was always, give me, so I can have more crops, more money, all these different material things, hoping that the idol will bless you. And then you would go out and wouldn't change, you wouldn't act any better, you wouldn't be, try to be a better person, you would just continue living in a sinful way and expecting good things to come. Now, the thing is do we treat God in that similar fashion? Do we always just want material wealth from God, but don't want to know God? Do we want to really know who He is, to fellowship in the Spirit with Him as we ought to? These same people that worshipped idols, what they would do is they would sacrifice their children for material gain, for financial gain, for more resources. Now, with this thing going on with the abortion debate, what do you think is the number one reason people are killing their children? Because they say they're not financially stable at the moment, or they want to go to college, which would give, more opportunities. In other words, it's the same principle. Pray to this idol, sacrifice your kid, you'll get more crops or something in the fall, or in the spring. It's the same principle. Sacrifice your child, go to college, and hope that you can acquire more wealth in the end. Do we as Christians use God like people used idols that are nothing but blocks of, it's like a one-dimensional being that is nothing more but there for your material gain? The creator of the universe is not just our piggy bank. He's not just something we go to all the time asking for stuff. We need to be able to fellowship in the Spirit with God, to know that He's the creator of all things, all the things around me, every leaf on a tree, every hair on your head, He created. He's so great that really and honestly, when I did a study on Genesis 1, I can't put down all the things to really fathom God. There's so much there. The only way I can even have any concept of Him is to look at Jesus. Without Jesus, I can't even come close to understanding the fullness of God. So, are we fellowshipping with the Father of all creation, or are we using Him for just financial gain and things like that? So that's why I really wanted to cover this, because it's something that I struggle with, because I always seem over and over again to be, when I go into prayer, to be asking God things, asking Him, will you do this for me? Please help me get through this day at work. Please let this day go well. But I catch myself in realizing that I'm not saying, God, thy will be done. Lead me to where you would have me lead. Lead me to where you want me to be and want me to go. Put the people in my life that you want me to speak with. And I think that we all need to try to remember how great God is, and to remember the sacrifice He did, the God of all creation. Now remember how incredibly vast the notion of God really is. And to think that God died for you and me. That tells you more than you can imagine about the character of God. And are we really worshiping the God of that character who was willing to come into the creation He made and die for it, to redeem it? Are we worshiping that God, or are we worshiping a God made in our own image? One that just gives us what we want when we want it. But that's something that's been on my heart because I've struggled with that lately. I've struggled because I've put myself where it shouldn't be in the equation. And I just wanted to make this kind of weird video like this and kind of share my feelings on it. Hopefully I'll be able to do an in-depth study coming soon. But thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope y'all have an awesome weekend, and I'll catch y'all next time.